My beloved child, lean in and really hear me now, because this is not background noise, and this is not another inspirational whisper you scroll past and forget by tomorrow morning. This is a divine interruption. This is heaven stepping directly into your ordinary Tuesday and saying, pause, breathe, be still, because what I am about to release into your spirit is not casual, and it is not for some distant someday. It is for right now, this very hour, this very season you are standing in. Quiet your racing thoughts. Silence the chaos that has been crowding your mind, because I am not speaking to the noise. I am speaking to the core of who you are, to that deep place inside you that has always known there was more. More calling, more weight, more destiny attached to your name than what you have seen so far. And everything I have whispered to you in past seasons, every subtle nudge, every dream that felt too vivid to ignore, every unexplainable stirring in your chest during prayer, every moment you felt a holy ache for something you could not yet describe. It was not your imagination, and it was not emotional hype. It was me planting seeds. It was me giving you previews, and it was me giving you previews. It was me letting you glimpse what was scheduled for your life before you ever took your first breath. And now what you sensed back then is beginning to unfold in real time. This is not the hour for fear. It is the hour for preparation. Not preparation rooted in panic, but preparation anchored in purpose. Because you have already felt the shift coming. You have sensed the atmosphere changing around you. You have noticed how certain doors that once seemed firmly shut are starting to rattle on their hinges. How conversations feel different. How relationships either feel stretched to the breaking point or strangely distant. How routines that once felt safe now feel suffocating, too small for the version of you that is emerging. And you wondered if you were overthinking it, if you were being dramatic, but you were not. That trembling in your spirit was not anxiety. It was alignment. It was the rising tide I told you about, the one that would start subtle and then suddenly become undeniable. And that moment is here. I am not sending this word to alarm you. I am sending it to awaken you, because I have never left you uninformed. I have been preparing you in the background, training your heart in hidden places, strengthening your discernment in quiet seasons, building endurance in battles no one else even knew you were fighting. And now the waiting season is closing, and the readiness season has begun. Remember those times when everything on the outside looked normal, but something inside you would not settle. When you could not explain why you felt restless or stirred, or spiritually alert for no visible reason. That was me speaking. That was me warning. That was me saying, get ready because the ground beneath you will shift. And now I confirm it again. What is unfolding will reveal truth with such clarity that it may shake you, but it will not break you. It will not destroy you. It will not undo you. It will refine you. Precious one, the instant you call my name in faith, I move toward you. I am not distant. I am not reluctant. I am not slow. And when you boldly say, Jesus, I need you, I am there. And faith is not a weak whisper. Faith is a supernatural ignition. It activates power you cannot see yet. And your breakthrough is already in motion even if your eyes have not caught up with it. Because I am peeling back layers that have concealed your purpose. I am uncovering what delay tried to bury, what discouragement tried to suffocate, what distraction tried to steal from you. And I am calling you now to wake up fully, not halfway, not partially committed, not cautiously obedient, but fully awake, fully surrendered, fully aligned. Because this is not the season for divided loyalty or half-hearted trust or waiting for the conditions to feel perfect. This is the moment. So hear me clearly about what you must do next. Guard your heart with intention, because not every person, not every connection, not every voice that walked with you in the last chapter is assigned to walk with you into this one. Some relationships were seasonal and not eternal. Some alliances were for growth but not for destiny. And you must pay attention to how your spirit feels after certain conversations. Whether you feel strengthened or drained, whether you feel clarity or confusion, because you are responsible for the gates of your soul. Protect them and anchor yourself deeply in my word, not casually, not occasionally, but intentionally. Speak it out loud. Let it fill your home. Let it rewrite your thinking. Let it become the lens through which you interpret every storm, because storms will rise. But my word is the rock that does not move, and you must also release what no longer belongs to you. Old habits that once felt comforting, but now restrict you. Old fears that once protected you, but now limit you. Old mental patterns that keep trying to pull you back into who you used to be. You cannot step into what I am birthing while clinging to what has already expired. What I am doing in your life is too sacred to be mixed with outdated mindsets and recycled doubt. So walk forward without constantly glancing backward. Stay in step with me because I am moving with precision. I will not shout over the noise, but I will give you specific instruction. A gentle nudge here, an unexpected pause there, a sudden clarity that drops into your spirit without explanation. And you must not ignore those moments. This is a season of strategic obedience, where small acts of alignment unlock massive shifts. And when intensity rises and pressure builds and the unfamiliar starts to feel overwhelming, do not retreat into old comfort zones. Do not run back to the very things I called you out of, because what is coming may not look exactly like what you imagined, but it will be everything I promised. And yes, there will be shaking, but this shaking is not destruction. It is purification. It is removing what is false, so only what is real remains. I am exposing hidden motives around you. I am revealing false alliances and superficial support systems not to harm you, but to protect you. This is mercy. This is love, because I refuse to let you build your future on unstable foundations. There will be divine rearrangements. Relationships will be restructured, opportunities redirected. Some doors will close so quickly it will take your breath away. Some ties will be severed without warning, but trust me, every movement is intentional. I am making room for clarity, room for your true assignment, room for fresh oil to flow over your life. And even now I am sending provision ahead of you, hidden help you cannot see yet, sudden favor that will surprise you, quiet miracles forming behind the scenes. So keep your eyes open and your heart humble, because you were not randomly selected for this hour. You were formed for it. Every lesson you endured, every delay that frustrated you, every tear you cried in secret was preparation for this unfolding. And if it feels like everything is shifting at once, that is because it is. The tectonic plates of your life are realigning to match the destiny I wrote for you before you were born. So stay grounded, stay listening, stay surrendered. And if my whisper has ever calmed your storm, then let your trust be visible. Do not shrink your faith to make others comfortable. Some will not understand the urgency you feel. Let them question. Some will misinterpret your silence. Let them misunderstand. Some will fall away. Release them with grace, because I am not asking you to carry everyone. I am asking you to carry my word within you. And remember this above all. You are protected. Even when it feels like the ground is shifting beneath your feet, my hand is steady under you. You are not stepping into danger. You are stepping into destiny. What looked like delay was positioning. What looked like silence was perfect timing. And this is that time. As this unfolds, stay worshipful because praise shifts atmospheres. Stay surrendered because my way will always be higher than your limited perspective. Stay watchful because you are about to see what I have been building in the dark. Patterns will break, vision will sharpen, truth will rise with undeniable clarity. Peace will anchor you in the middle of change. I am shining light into hidden places, correcting what the enemy twisted, restoring what seemed permanently broken, releasing what was held back from you. And though you may feel unqualified, I qualified you in secret places where no one applauded you. Though you may feel afraid, courage is rising within you even now. Though you may feel small, I see you as mighty because my strength rests on you. This is the appointed time. Every delay is turning into divine alignment. Every battle is becoming spiritual authority. Every scar is transforming into testimony. And I will walk with you through every unfolding day, my glory surrounding you, my wisdom leading you, my presence refusing to leave you. So breathe deeply, lift your head, stand firm in faith, because this is not rehearsal, this is fulfillment. You were born for this. You were trained for this. You are ready for this. The enemy tried to exhaust you before this moment because he sensed what was scheduled. But I sustained you. I shielded you. I hid you until the appointed hour. And now I am revealing you for my glory. Heaven rejoices over your yes even now. Angels move at my command even now. And I am sealing this word in your spirit. So do not delay your obedience. Do not reopen wounds I have already healed. Do not shrink back when I have called you to rise. The light is breaking through. Dawn is closer than you think. You are rising not by your own strength, but by my spirit. I will use your voice, your hands, your story. The oil of your suffering will become the oil of anointing, and others will find healing because you chose to say yes. So write again, pray again, love again, trust again, because I am the one who parts seas, the one who breaks chains, the one who calls things that are not as though they were, and I am calling you now. This word confirms what your spirit has already known. It anchors you for what is ahead, so be at peace. I did not bring you this far to abandon you. This is the moment I spoke to you about in the quiet. Do not be afraid. Be ready. I am with you. I am calling you deeper. And as you abide in my presence, you will find peace that cannot be shaken. Walk with me hand in faith and purpose. Step into my embrace with boldness, because this is your hour, and I am already here. My beloved child, do not let your heart drift now. Do not let familiarity dull what I am speaking, because the continuation of this word is not softer, it is deeper. And I am drawing you further into understanding what is happening around you and within you at the same time. You have stepped into a threshold season, a sacred crossing where who you were cannot remain, and who you are becoming cannot be delayed. And that tension you feel is not confusion. It is transformation, pressing against the edges of your comfort. It is destiny stretching your capacity. It is heaven enlarging your territory from the inside out. And I need you to recognize that the discomfort you have been feeling is not a sign you missed. It is proof that you are moving with me, because growth always feels like pressure before it feels like expansion. I am recalibrating your identity, stripping labels that were never meant to define you, silencing inner narratives that were shaped by rejection, disappointment, or comparison. And I am rewriting how you see yourself so that you finally agree with how I see you, and that agreement is powerful. Because when your self-perception aligns with my declaration over you, authority awakens, confidence stabilizes, and hesitation loses its grip. And you begin to move not as someone hoping for permission, but as someone commissioned with purpose. Understand this clearly. The warfare you experienced before this moment was never random. The heaviness, the resistance, the unusual fatigue, the unexpected opposition. It was not because you were failing. It was because you were approaching impact. And the enemy always intensifies distraction before elevation. But I would not allow you to be destroyed. I only allowed you to be strengthened. And what tried to wear you down actually built endurance in you that you did not even realize was forming. Now I am shifting your focus from survival to assignment, from barely holding on to boldly stepping forward, and you must stop rehearsing old pain in your thoughts. Stop replaying past betrayals as if they still have authority over your future, because those chapters shaped you, but they do not define you. They trained you, but they do not chain you. And I am not leading you into repetition. I am leading you into revelation. There are conversations you will soon have that will confirm what you sensed months ago. Opportunities that will appear suddenly and feel almost too aligned to be coincidence. Invitations that stretch you beyond what feels safe. And in those moments, I need you to remember this word. Because fear will try to disguise itself as logic. Doubt will try to sound reasonable. But my spirit will bring clarity that cuts through confusion like light through fog. And you will know, not because it is easy, but because it resonates with the deeper calling inside you. I am also healing your relationship with waiting, because you misunderstood it as punishment when it was actually positioning. You saw it as stagnation when it was saturation. I was filling you with insight, strengthening your discernment, detoxing your motives, purifying your desires, so that when acceleration came, You would not self-sabotage the very blessing you prayed for, and now acceleration is here. But it will not feel chaotic. It will feel ordered, intentional, precise, because I move with strategy, not randomness. And every step I prompt you to take will have ripple effects beyond what you can see. Guard your inner circle wisely in this season, because elevation attracts attention, and not every compliment carries sincerity. Not every supporter carries loyalty. And you must discern between those assigned to sharpen you and those attached to access you. And this discernment is not paranoia, it is wisdom. And wisdom will preserve your peace while expanding your reach. Do not shrink your obedience to make others comfortable, because partial obedience will produce partial results. And I am not calling you to partial impact. I am calling you to fullness. And fullness requires courage. It requires consistency. It requires trusting my voice over the noise of public opinion. And when you feel misunderstood, remember that clarity in calling often isolates before it gathers community, because I refine you in private before I reveal you in public. There will be days in this unfolding where the momentum feels exhilarating and days where it feels stretching, and in both, I need you anchored, not in emotion, but in covenant, not in temporary feelings, but in enduring truth, because your stability will become a testimony to others watching your journey, and they will draw strength from how you remain steady when circumstances fluctuate. I am aligning divine connections around you even now, people who carry wisdom you need, people who recognize the oil on your life, people who will not compete with you but complete assignments alongside you. And these connections will not always be loud or dramatic. Some will begin quietly, organically, through ordinary conversations that carry extraordinary significance. So remain attentive and responsive. Release comparison completely, because comparison blinds you to your unique lane. And I have not called you to replicate someone else's path. I have called you to embody your own. And the more you embrace your distinct voice, your distinct rhythm, your distinct assignment, the more authority you will walk in, because authenticity carries power that imitation never can. When pressure intensifies, respond with worship instead of worry, because praise shifts internal atmospheres before it shifts external circumstances. And when you praise me in transition, you declare that I am trustworthy beyond what you currently understand. And that declaration strengthens your spirit in ways you will only fully appreciate later. You are entering a season where your words will carry unusual weight, so speak carefully, speak life, speak alignment, because what you declare in faith will partner with what I am orchestrating in the unseen. And negativity will attempt to reattach itself to you through familiar thought patterns, but you must interrupt it. You must choose agreement with my promise over agreement with past patterns. I am increasing your capacity to lead, to influence, to serve, to build, and that increase requires maturity. So do not resent correction, do not resist growth, do not avoid responsibility, because responsibility is evidence of trust, and I trust you with more than you realize, and you will not carry it alone. My grace expands with your assignment. Even when you feel stretched beyond what seems manageable, my strength will meet you at that edge, and you will discover resilience you did not know you possessed. And what once intimidated, you will become familiar territory, because you stayed, because you did not retreat, because you chose obedience over comfort. Hear me clearly. The next chapter of your life is not built on hype. It is built on holiness, not on applause but on alignment, not on speed but on surrender. And as you continue forward, you will see evidence that confirms this word in tangible ways, confirmations that remove doubt, provision that meets need, peace that steadies your heart. And in those moments, remember that it was never luck, never coincidence, never random chance. It was my hand guiding, my timing, orchestrating, my love covering. So lift your eyes beyond temporary turbulence, because the horizon holds promise you have only glimpsed in fragments. And as you step into each new day, choose faith deliberately, choose courage intentionally, choose obedience consistently, and I will continue unfolding purpose layer by layer. And when you feel the weight of it all, remember this: you are not being crushed, you are being commissioned. You are not being overwhelmed, You are being entrusted. You are not being tested to fail. You are being proven to stand. And I remain with you, steady, present, powerful, guiding every detail toward fulfillment. And as you walk forward in this holy momentum, know that my peace surrounds you, my wisdom directs you, my favor accompanies you, and this unfolding is not fragile. It is secured by my promise. So keep moving, keep trusting, keep aligning, because what has begun will not be aborted. It will be completed, and you will look back at this moment and realize this was the turning point where hesitation ended and destiny accelerated. And I am still speaking, still leading, still covering you as you rise. My beloved child, as this word reaches its culmination, do not allow your heart to relax back into passivity, because endings in me are never conclusions. They are commissions, and what you feel right now is not simply emotion stirred by powerful language. It is activation, settling into your spirit. It is clarity, locking into place. It is heaven stamping confirmation over everything I have been whispering to you for months and even years. And I need you to understand that this is the sealing moment. This is where hesitation dies and alignment becomes deliberate. This is where you stop asking if you are ready and start walking as if you are called, because you are. I am not building hype inside you. I am building conviction, and conviction does not fade when feelings fluctuate. Conviction anchors you when circumstances try to intimidate you. And from this day forward, you will notice something different about how you respond to pressure, because what once made you retreat will now make you refocus. What once made you doubt will now make you pray. What once made you shrink will now make you stand taller, not in pride but in authority rooted in me. The final layer of this unfolding is trust without contingency. Trust that does not demand full visibility before obedience. Trust that does not negotiate when instructions stretch your comfort. Trust that says, even if I do not understand every detail, I know the one who does. And that kind of trust unlocks acceleration that human strategy alone could never manufacture, because I am not inviting you into a small adjustment. I am ushering you into a defining era of your life, a season that will be referenced in your testimony as the time everything aligned, the time clarity overtook confusion, the time courage outweighed fear. You have asked me for confirmation, and this is it. You have prayed for direction, and this is it. You have wondered if the stirring inside you was real, and I am telling you again, it is real, it is holy, it is intentional, and it is already unfolding. And though there may still be unknowns ahead, you are no longer stepping into them uncertain of my presence, because my presence goes before you, surrounds you, and rests within you. Do not underestimate the authority you carry when you walk in obedience, because obedience positions you under divine covering, and under that covering, no scheme formed against you will prevail, and no voice raised in opposition will derail what I have established. No delay will cancel what I have decreed. And when resistance appears, you will recognize it not as a signal to retreat, but as confirmation that movement is happening. From this point forward, guard your focus fiercely, because distraction will attempt to dilute your momentum, and old insecurities will attempt to reintroduce themselves as if they still have influence. But you must answer them with truth. You must respond with remembrance of who you are in me. You must refuse to entertain thoughts that contradict what I have spoken, because agreement is powerful, and I am calling you to agree with destiny, not doubt. There will be tangible evidence soon, moments where you realize doors that once required force now open with favor. Conversations that once felt strained now flow with clarity. Decisions that once felt overwhelming now feel guided. And in those moments, let gratitude overflow, because gratitude protects your heart from entitlement and keeps your spirit aligned with humility. And humility ensures that the weight of elevation does not corrupt your character. As this chapter closes, I want you to release the final remnants of fear, not because fear will never whisper again, but because you now know how to answer it. You now know that fear is not prophecy, fear is not authority, fear is not destiny, and when it rises, you will counter it with faith, anchored in my faithfulness. Lift your head fully now. Breathe deeply. Feel the steadiness returning to your spirit. Because you are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into calling. You are not being thrown into uncertainty. You are being led into purpose. And I have calculated every detail of your journey with precision beyond your understanding. The season ahead will require your voice, your courage, your discipline, your compassion, and your unwavering yes. And I see that yes forming in you even now. I see the surrender solidifying. I see the strength rising quietly, but undeniably. And heaven responds to that yes with movement, with orchestration, with alignment beyond what you could arrange alone. So seal this moment in your heart. Let it mark you. Let it remind you on difficult days that you were warned of the shaking and promised the stability. Warned of the intensity and promised the presence. Warned of the stretching and promised the strength. And I do not speak to you only to inspire you. I speak to you to commission you, to authorize you, to position you. I am walking with you into every unfolding tomorrow, my spirit empowering you, my wisdom guiding you, my peace anchoring you. And what I have begun in your life, I will complete. What I have spoken, I will fulfill. What I have called forth, I will sustain. And you will look back on this sacred transition and realize that this was the moment you stopped doubting and started declaring, stopped hesitating and started moving, stopped shrinking and started rising. So stand now, in full faith. Stand without apology. Stand without fear. Stand knowing that you are chosen, covered, commissioned, and deeply loved. And as you continue forward, remember that I am not distant. I am near. I am not silent. I am speaking. I am not absent. I am actively arranging what you cannot yet see. And this is not the end of a message. It is the beginning of manifestation. It is the beginning of fulfillment. It is the beginning of the life you sensed long ago, but are now stepping into boldly. And I am with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and carrying you into everything I have prepared. And it is done. Amen.